Well, Chess, just such important and interesting, and challenging information. Whenever we talk to MBS, I mean, I love this idea of how many times have we heard SMART goals? And he says, okay, so what does the M stand for?
Yeah.
No, it's measurable. No, somebody argues, no, it's, And so what he says is, why don't you think about goals that are thrilling, important, but also daunting? I mean, what an interesting way of thinking about something that we've talked about 1,000 times.
Yeah, that next phase, we often talk about that. And it doesn't matter what stage you're in of your life or your career, you always think, well, what's the next thing? And thrilling is rarely a part of the equation. I was just talking to a young guy that I kind of mentor a little bit, and he's thinking about making a job. And I think he says, like, I want to make the change because I want to make a change. I said, yeah, I think you think this change is going to solve all your problems. And it's not. Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be thrilling? He just has a way of putting things in perspective. I loved when he talked about the advice trap and that idea of slow down, be a little more pensive, be a little more thoughtful. Don't and just that pause that says, hey, I'm considering this, instead of jumping in and solving all the problems and doing it so quickly. That the message, and this was what I really took away, is I'm really smart and you're not. Yeah. I have all the answers and you don't. Yeah.
And I love that he coined the term the advice monster, right? That comes out really quickly. And he says, but when we ask questions, it actually removes anxiety of having to know everything. And we're all looking to produce our anxiety. So he says, yeah, just stay curious a little longer and just notice how quickly you do rush to advice. And I think probably the most important question was, what's the price you pay when your advice monster comes out too fast? Yeah. Are you disempowering people? Are you having to be the person who solves everything in your organization?
Yeah. The questions, he's a master at asking questions, and I love that he asked us questions, and we should have been better prepared because he always does it. That questions are the portal to discovery. And I thought, when you think about it that way, and you think about, what you just mentioned about being curious and opening that portal and asking questions and then listening and pausing and slowing down, it just in describing it, it calms me down and gives me confidence that we can be, better coaches and better advisors.
Yeah, I think kind of last thing for me was the I-it relationships, and you see this with people. Unfortunately, we see it too much with maybe politicians and others, where you kind of go, they're really only in this, what can I get or give, what can I give to people, what can I get, versus the I-thou relationship, which unfortunately in this world we don't value as much anymore. But publicly, maybe. But personally, I think we really do, is those people who deeply love us and are so appreciative of us. And how do we reconnect and get to that level in our lives?
Yeah. My last takeaway, and I really loved the 3 questions. What do I notice externally and internally? What am I grateful for? And what's the one thing I need to do today? And then the wrap up is at the end of the day, and his phone literally has an alarm that says, stop working, celebrate something that you accomplished today. Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Such a wonderful routine and a wonderful way to start and end the day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what a great learning, what great takeaways. Coming up next on the podcast is Eliza Knox, who has a book called Don't Quit Your Day Job, and her book talks about the mind shifts that we need to make to rise and thrive at work. So that's going to be really important as we dive into that. We want to thank you for listening today. Thanks to our producer, Brent Klein, to Christy Lawrence, who helps us find amazing guests, and to all of you who listened in.
Yeah, and if you like the podcast, please share it. Share it with friends and family. We'd love for you to download it and give us 5 stars. We'd love you to visit thecultureworks.com for some more free resources for you and your team, and ways for you can thrive and reduce your anxiety. And we love to speak to audiences around the world, whether in person or virtually. So if you're looking for a really fun and engaging speaker that can talk to you about culture, teamwork, resilience, anxiety in the workplace, please give us a call. We'd love to speak at your event. And please buy our books, Leading with Gratitude, Anxiety at Work. They're wonderful reads and well worth your investment of time.
That's right. And you get to listen to us on the audiobook. So, hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. And until next time, we wish you the best of mental health.